Let's Play. I have decided to play the Banner Saga because I thought it looked very good and my friend was very kind and picked it up for me. So here we go. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the Northern Wastes. Wow. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. Okay, well that... Not gonna lie to you, I played a little bit and I kind of went through the tutorial, but I thought maybe everybody would want to see the story of the game, so I backtracked a little bit, went ahead and restarted. I wasn't that far in, only about an hour played, so we'll check it out.
Að sjá dreggjana á ferli meðal
Gotta love accents.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital.
This takes a little while.
Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds.
Look how big these giants are compared to the humans next to them.
We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try and get through a lot of this stuff as fast as possible, because like I said, I've already played through it. You have the convenience of it being a video, and you can always go back and watch it again if you want to see what they said. Or just rewind it a couple seconds.
Komið skjótt! Komið í höfnina miklu!
Shit's getting real in here. Uh-oh. That's some MF and giants. Knock, knock. I love how they just crunch them in half. Oh, Varl. Alright, so this is the tutorial, just so you kind of understand the concept of the game. That way I'm not doing stuff and your head is just exploding. Like, what did he do? Why did it do that? But yeah, I was only like an hour in, so it's really not a big deal for me to restart. Okay, he's got a whole bunch of stuff. So you arrived just in time. The chieftain and Red and his men are looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Click and drag around the screen to see your surroundings with the check mark to continue. So these portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are blue, the enemy is red, it's your turn to act. So yeah, in this game, it just alternates who goes. There's not really like a speed system, it's just an alternating pattern of who goes, so it's our turn to act. So movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him shows where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. The Horned Allies are a race of giants called Varl who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Click the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here, get him into attack range. So here we go. Move right there. Target enemy, click on the tile which they stand. Ally tiles are blue, the enemies are red. Target the enemy now by clicking his tile. So here we go, we're just going to crunch him. So you can either choose to attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon, 2, 5, show the damage you'll do to that stat. So, check. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. So armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open them up to taking more damage in the future. So this enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist to show the strength, and confirm your choice, so bam. And he did. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. After taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you're outnumbered. I guess I didn't have to tell you that, because the game will go ahead and tell you. Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. Yeah, man. Now it's your Warhawk's turn. It appears to be out of range of those enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy shows how close you'll have to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now, so boom. It's going to use 2 willpower to go there, so... Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access the ability. So Tempest, you can do Tempest, if you click. He's actually going to spin and hits both people. So, that made quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. So if a character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. So yeah, he's about to get hit. So he's at 9, you see. We click this, we exert 1 willpower, uses our exertion, and he dies. Kaboom. Just like that. Okay. So now you kind of know a little bit about fighting. That's about all there is to know. That's like the tutorial.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. 12 families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade. Quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Okay. Gotta get that double tithe. Chapter 1. Only the sun has stopped. Loading. I feel obligated to read everything. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing that. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eirik, Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. What did you have in mind? The Scowflings that didn't hack you up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Alright, docks. Market. Not the docks yet, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on the briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. Ah, I know that feeling. The Scowfling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try to kill you this time. They don't talk to me. He's a giant. He doesn't have to say anything. Eirik overturns his flimsy table, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eirik, laying on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scowflings? Noblemen up by East Wall, but that was months ago last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eirik's hands, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? You look good. I'm glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eirik, that man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be a Scowfing. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a mead hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who'd love to put a few of these scows in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Where is this place again? Nobleman is halfway up the hill towards the Great Hall. You won't miss it. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. I might stop reading. I might just go through a little slower and you can read it yourself.